Alright guys, how bad is it? Still Hunt has been nerfed. The nerf came in bigger than Bungie actually stated a few weeks ago in the TWAP. Now considering how big of a powerhouse this weapon has been since the beginning of the launch of the final shape, today we're going to be breaking down how this affects its DPS. We'll also be looking at its new use cases and how the overall hierarchy has now shifted. Now I'm going to start with the weapon itself just to make sure everyone is caught up. This is a solar sniper. It has a super bar that's filled up by picking up orbs or by landing precision hits. Essentially, after 6 precision hits, you can hold reload to cast Still Hunt's super, where it refills the magazine and you'll get 3 shots of Golden Gun to shoot. Now, if you're a hunter wearing Celestial Nighthawk, you'll instead get 1 high-powered shot that deals massively increased damage, or at least it used to. Looking at the nerfs themselves, we have the main one that reads, quote, reduce Still Hunt's Golden Gun damage while using Celestial Nighthawk by 33%. Again, this was originally going to be 25%, but Bungie has dialed it back even further. Now we can see this in effect here at Carl, where our Celestial shot dealt 473,583 damage pre-boob patch. But post-boob, it's now dealing 317,265 damage, thus giving us our 33% decrease in damage. Now before we start talking about how each version of Still Hunt compares to each other and what this means on a larger scale, we also have the second nerf that came out of nowhere. This was further down in the patch notes, and it states that Bungie has fixed an issue where Sniper's Meditation was buffing Still Hunt's Golden Gun shots. And this one really caught me off guard. This means that Still Hunt is restricted to having only its base shots receiving the damage buff from Sniper's Meditation. Now this is a nice buff. Testing last week on a number of different sniper rifles, this is approximately 3% more damage per stack, capping out at 15% at maximum stacks. Sniper's Meditation is a very good artifact mod, and to be quite honest with you, I don't really understand it. Like, I get why Celestial was nerfed. I mean, do you see the amount of hunters we got running around with Still Hunt since the final shape launch? Everybody had the Celestial Still Hunt combo, but this one is just an odd one. If we look at the Golden Gun shots from Still Hunt while we have Sniper's Meditation equipped, it still increases our stacks of the buff. So the mod itself is still registering those shots as sniper shots. It's just that here Bungie has gone in and actually deliberately turned off the damage increase that it previously gave. Now with that being said, those are both of your changes that just hit Still Hunt. One nerf to the exotic when paired with Celestial Nighthawk, and one nerf that affected both versions of its Golden Gun shots. So all in all guys, this is a double nerf. There's no other way to slice it. But now let's get a reevaluation of where each version stands by comparing their values to one another. Starting with the 3-shot version, which is available on all classes, the first shot deals 71,216 damage. The second shot here deals 103,263 damage, and the third shot jumps up to 135,310 damage. Now this comes in at a total of 309,789. Now if we look at Still Hunt with Celestial again, this hits for 317,265. Now that makes Celestial here a mere 2.4% better. Granted, you don't have to land 3 shots, you just have to land 1. DPS wise, it's faster because it's one and done. But guys, before the nerf, Celestial Still Hunt was doing 53% more damage over its base. Now I won't lie, hunters, you roly-poly bastards, you piss me off. But I feel you on this one. This one hurts. The question is Celestial Nighthawk worth using when paired with Still Hunt? The answer is probably yes. The one big thing this patch has done is brought Still Hunt down to an equal damage playing field when using it with all of our classes, where hunters could simply output 53% more damage in comparison to everyone else. What it's really going to come down to right now is the fact that you just have to land 1 shot versus 3. This also means you save more time. The other beautiful thing is that you only consume 1 ammo. Now I'm sure most of you are familiar why this is valuable. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, Still Hunt needs to score 6 precision hits to then fill that super meter. When casting base Cade Retribution, at most, you can have 3 shots left after letting loose. This forces a reload before being able to cast Cade's Retribution again. Celestial condenses those shots into 1, giving you 5 shots left in the mag to build up that next super, which I know isn't enough, but this is where solar holster mods come in. Literally just having one of those equipped, you could swap away from Still Hunt and wait only a couple seconds for the holster to reload that 1 bullet, which means once you pull Still Hunt back out, you can get another full Cades without reloading. And during that downtime, while you're swapping off a Still Hunt, you can deal damage with things like rockets or grenade launchers to keep that DPS up. Now this strategy just isn't very feasible when running Still Hunt without Celestial. Requiring 3 shots to be loaded is kind of an awkward ask considering the time required to do so. So when comparing a regular Still Hunt to a Celestial Still Hunt, I do believe that Still Hunt with Celestial Celestial is still the winner, but it's more for the utility as the damage is damn near 1-to-1. It's the ammo economy, it's the higher DPS. Yes, this is a nerf and a pullback, but I do believe that Celestial and Still Hunt is still a very viable combo. And also keep in mind, it is just easier to be super accurate for one shot over 3 consecutive shots. And I know Sniper Flinch may not be a big deal to you, but in things like Grandmaster Nightfalls and Battlegrounds, dude, Flinch will fling your reticle around all over the place. Landing that second and third crits can kind of be a nightmare depending on what you're playing in. Celestial Still Hunt though just says, hey, line up that one shot and you're good. With that being said though, Bungie is doing a 50% nerf to Sniper Flinch sometime in August, which should alleviate some of the pain there. But to summarize how this nerf has changed base in Celestial Still Hunt, damage is now about the same regardless. Almost a 1-to-1. But I still think that running Celestial is going to be the play when rocking Still Hunt, simply for the ability to speed up our damage output and also manage our ammo rotations. Now for the real question. Has Whisper of the Worm officially dethroned Still Hunt? Well, we recently just did our massive weapon DPS testing. Definitely go check that out, guys, if you want. But during these tests, Whisper was nipping at the heels of Celestial Still Hunt. I mean, literally right there. But now that Celestial Synergy had its damage nerf on top of the Golden Gun shots, losing the Sniper Meditation buff, how big is that gap now? Well, here's our DPS findings from that video. Now, if we single out Whisper of the Worm and Still Hunt, they were about 35,000 damage apart, with Still Hunt and Celestial in the lead. But if we take a look at how each is performing now, it's a big difference. Whisper is exactly the same. There were no changes to it, so its damage is remaining at 1,419,299. But now looking at Still Hunt, which had a value pre-nerf of 1,454,273, has now dropped to 1,061,402. Keep in mind, guys, that's the 33% less damage and the removal of Sniper Meditation's damage increase on the Golden Gun shots itself. I mean, we're losing 400,000 damage on the 2 Golden Gun shots due to these nerfs. This equates to a 27% nerf from that original value in our DPS testing video. And if we bring back the rest of the testing on screen, Still Hunt and Celestial are now under the Grand Overture with Hazardous Propulsion and Whisper of the Worm above both of those. With this nerf, guys, Whisper of the Worm has indeed taken the crown. But you also have to remember that Whisper is very situational. For instance, doing damage on the Witness in Salvation's Edge is not something that Whisper can excel at, considering you're having to come out of your scope too many times, which of course means you're going to lose Whispered breathing, which is why I think Still Hunt and Celestial, especially in that damage rotation, is still a great option. I mean, yeah, you can run in there and rock Izanagi's, Ikelos, and rockets, but who the hell wants to run around with double special sniper rifles? Whereas you can easily put a rocket launcher in rotation with your Still Hunt and still put up solid damage. I think the only thing I was questioning throughout all of this is why the nerf the Sniper's Meditation with Still Hunt. And my only answer to that, guys, is that Bungie saw people were actually soloing the Witness, and I don't know, maybe they took that personally, because that nerf and the fact that it went from 25% to 33%, I felt like both of those came out of nowhere and they seemed extremely intentional. So guys, that is our re-review of Still Hunt in the current sandbox post boob nerf. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Fellas and ladies, thank you all for coming and watching, and as always,
slap that like button like your mama told you right.